Eine Sportzigarette später sitze ich hier mit Run the Jewels. Hi guys, nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hello. I could have sworn you just said the word Schwarzenegger.
Almost. I said Sportzigarette. You know what it is?
No.
It's this here.
This year.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I mean, if we're talking about Christiane, I think we should mention something that is part of Christiane.
Marijuana.
For example,
You got it.
the first rap in the interview.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that you just arrived 5 minutes ago. Is it fine that we do the interview now?
Yeah. We're good.
Fine.
I was talking to a few people yesterday, and when I said, I'm going to interview you guys, they were all totally, Run the Jewel, wow, cool. It seems like you're one of the acts everybody's interesting in here. Did you realize that so far?
Hey, man, we're just happy to get to play in front of people. It's been cool. People have been really receptive to our music, and but we don't know. We just go out onto the stage, and we hope that there's going to be people there, and they're going to be having a good time, and
Well, I would have liked, to talk to you for, let's say, 1 or 2 hours, because what I read, what you said in other interviews in the U.S., it was like, okay, these are topics, it's not just blah, blah, blah. I mean, Europe is far away from the U.S., but we're all pretty interested, the younger ones in politics and in social life. What would you say? What should we read and what should we watch besides the mainstream media to get, an idea what's really going on?
Well, I know Mike will have a bunch of suggestions, but I have my suggestion about that is usually that you should watch the mainstream news and the mainstream media, but not for what they're telling you. You should be watching it for what they're not telling you. You should be looking at it for the way that they're phrasing and packaging information to you, instead of the way that they're actually saying it. You can learn a lot about the state of the world by not the information that's presented to you, but just the weird way in which they're trying to put it into your brain, the dialogue that they're trying to start in your head. So I watch mainstream news every chance I get, except that when I'm home. I watch a lot on tour, but usually because that's the only channel that speaks my language. I'm sure Mike has a lot of good ideas about it too.
I just say read everything, because in reading everything you'll kind of discover stuff. So if you read something from one perspective, try to find the other perspective and read it. And I say don't watch anything. Get out more, communicate with people more, go to a different church, go to a different lodge meeting, go to a different school and meet some different parents. I think that part of the problem with the world right now is everybody's watching and making their judgments off what they're watching versus getting out and actually meeting people. I think that that's kind of the cure-all for a lot of the social ills. If I personally know people from different ethnics, from people of different ethnicities, if I know people from different religions, if I know people of different sexes, then my personal experience tends to override the information that I'm given. And I think that Pearl's personal experiences are, in the end, the only thing that really save us from bigotry and our own prejudices. So, I'd say, read everything and watch less and communicate with people more.
Well, then I would say that's the same with music.
Mike, just to add to that, Mike knows I don't even have a TV. I don't expose myself to this stuff until it's in my face. So, but if you do ever find yourself in the frightful position of being in front of a newscaster or a television where they're playing the news, I'm just giving you some survival tips. Try not to take it literally. That's all I'm saying.
I would say the same with music because, for example, I grew up with a lot of rock and roll music, and when I got the first time to a club in the 90s, early 90s, it was Rage Against the Machine that blew me away because, I had a lovely childhood in a safe town and stuff, and then this song came up, like Killing in the Name of, and I was like, okay, what's going on? That was a total new world to me, and when I read that, or heard, that Zach De La Rocha is working with you guys, I thought like, okay, this, now you are probably the speakers of a newer or a younger generation, but also with the same ideas and.
Well, we have some of those ideas, we make music as
We're
well.
Not Rage.
Yeah,
Rage was a very politically. They targeted political topics for a reason, and that was all encompassing in their band, and it was a big reason I liked Rage. We're probably more us, and what we are guys with some sensibilities like that, and some very stupid sensibilities too, because at the end of the day we just want to rap better than everybody else who ever rapped in the world ever. And if that's your driving force, which most guys our age that was your driving force to get into rap. Like, hold on, I can say a lot of words beautifully, and guys will go, oh, and girls will swoon over me. Like, that was what we thought rap was. So you get an ample amount of that, of just basically badass machismo talk shit. But we're men, we're adults, and we grow up in the world, and we're sensitive to that. So some of the sentiments that you'll hear from a Rage, from a Goody Mob, from a Public Enemy, from an Ice Cube, you'll get in our music, but it just isn't all encompassing in the same way.
We're the new generation of the we're the weed smoking, shit talking,
Yeah, we're more. We're probably more Larry Flint.
You just mentioned that one of your first gigs was here at Roskilde a couple of years ago. And some guy yesterday was saying it was here that you got the idea to do it regularly together.
I can't sit in the middle. I deal with the smoke. I'll have to sit all the way at the end. If I sit in the middle, I might break the stool.
So is that true that here the idea at Roskilde came up to be a duo and work together? No.
No. We just did our first show as Run the Jewels at Roskilde. We were booked separately as Killer Mike and LP. This is when we were touring for Cancer for Cure, which was my solo album, and Rap Music, which was his solo album in 2012, which I produced. And we were touring and we were doing shows, and we had this album that we had done that no one had heard yet, that we hadn't performed yet. And at Roskilde, we just decided to combine our sets, and we just did our new songs, and people freaked out. It was crazy. We were like, oh shit, like this is it. So it's cool to come back. I've been to Roskilde a bunch of times. The first time I came out to Roskilde was 1999 or 98 or something. And so I love this festival, but now it has significance for Run the Jewels, because this is the follow-up. We've put the record out, we put the second record out, and it kind of feels like a homecoming a little bit. It does mean something to us, so.
Well, I mean, I can understand that you want to be the greatest rapper of all, but what about the live show? I mean, that is also a goal, right? To get this music live.
We kick ass all across that stage. It's rap is important for me to have a great live show. I grew up seeing Cypress Hill, Public Enemy, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Outkast, Goody Mob,
Run DMC,
of course, Beastie Boys. So for me, you got to have a dope live show, and if you don't, you slipping, B. I'm not gonna slip. We don't slip. We get up there and we give everything we got. Like, we're on an hour and a half of sleep right now, and we're gonna go up there and drill that stage. We're gonna come off so exhausted we probably won't remember to ride back to the hotel, but we're gonna give it everything we got.
I don't even remember leaving the hotel, to be honest with you. I just opened my eyes and I was in a grass field.
Where did you come from?
We were in Iceland yesterday.
Yeah.
We had a 6:30 a.m. lobby call and an 8 a.m. flight, but we got in at 3:30 a.m. last night. So we're shells of humans right now. We're gonna just smoke marijuana and drink until we feel normal again.
Real.
Yeah.
How many guys are on stage with you?
It's 3 people on stage, 2 rappers, 1 DJ. Okay. Traditional rap setup.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because a lot of people change that.
A lot of people change that now, and sometimes that works, and a lot of times it doesn't work. I think that we were really excited about giving showing a version of a rap show, a classic rap show that worked. One of the reasons why people stopped doing that rap show of the traditional 2 MCs and a DJ is because they weren't really making it exciting. So they figured, well, if I add a bunch of musicians and a bongo player, you know what I mean, like, it'll help us out, and that's cool. That can be cool, but we don't need that shit for us. Not for this music, not for what we do. This is a throwback to what we grew up on, and that's just 2 MCs going batshit insane on stage and a really dope DJ.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be crowded tonight, but I hope that a lot of people watch the video or listen to the radio interview that might not know you yet. And I think there are other artists as well, like Sun Kill Moon, for example. Last year I saw him for the first time at a concert, and now it blew me away. And I thought, well, this is all this music that should be played everywhere, every day, at every time. You like him too?
Yeah. They had. I think we beefed for like 15 minutes one festival.
We never beefed. Yeah, we met him. I'm cool with him. I've had a few interactions with him. I really like his music, and I did an interview with him. Like, he asked me to do an interview with him about his album, for the new album. And we've met and hung out just at festivals a couple of times. And we met him right around the time when he was going through that whole sort of supposed controversy with the war on drugs thing, And we found out that we were playing on on opposite stages at the same time as him, and we were like, oh shit, he's gonna fucking say something. So I went to his trailer, and I was like, hey, I just want you to know I'm the guy who's gonna be drowning you out. You know, and he was like, what's your name? And I was like, well, LP. And he was like, what group you in? And I was like, Run the Jewels. He was like, suck my dick, Run the Jewels. and I was like, suck my dick, Sun Kill Moon. And he was like, okay, cool. And we shook hands, and then we went on stage, and I made the whole crowd scream, suck my dick, Sun Kill Moon. And you know, we thought it was going to be beef. We thought he was, but he loved it. He thought it was hilarious, and so you know, it was cool. I don't know him that well, but I really was blown away by his music. You know, I thought that Benji was this unbelievable record. You know, so yeah. So shout out to him, man.
Well, good news for you guys. There's nobody on another stage tonight. You're the only one at that time.
Wow, that's cool, man.
We can just. Well, that's without beef, it's not as exciting.
No? Let's go start some shit.
Boring.
Yeah.
Who do we gotta start some shit with?
I don't know. The universe just shout into the sky. Challenge.
Fuck you. Suck my dick, flowers.
Challenge the gods.
Thank you guys for the talk.
Yeah.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Das Ding. Radio, Fernsehen, Internet.